Oh, good God. All right, DJ Nuts. This is the fourth tutorial in the Intern Tuts series. Today we're going to be covering the anchor tag or the A tag, and it's going to be we're going to slowly build upon the attributes of the tag, so you can understand what's going on and how you can use it. So first off, what we're going to do is just get rid of our some of the information from our first few tutorials. So I'm going to get rid of this H1 tag, and let's get rid of all these other tags. I like my logo, so I'm going to leave it there so you can look at it. Now, next, what we're going to do is we want to put a bunch of filler text here, and we will be using the lipsum.com. And what lipsum.com does is it generates a stand-in text. This is used by designers all like for years, many years, just to kind of help fill in text without it being real text, so a client doesn't assume that that's the final text in for a website or a printed copy. So I'm just going to go ahead and have it generate 5 paragraphs and hit generate. You can go to lipsum.com to get to the site, and I'm just going to copy these. Come here, and I'm going to paste. And now we want to wrap these in paragraph tags. So I'm going to put a paragraph, and then we'll do a closing paragraph. And let's do a open paragraph, and then let's save some typing when we can by copy and pasting. And then I want to add several more paragraphs, so I'm going to copy this whole block of paragraphs and paste, 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 and save. So basically all I'm doing is just copy and pasting several blocks of text. So now let's go back to our first page that we've been building and hit refresh, and now we have this long document. Now, to help you understand what we're going to do is I'm going to come just somewhere in the middle here, and I'm just going to type the words. I'm going to wrap it in a header 2 tag because it's not as important as the header 1, this information. We're going to call this chapter 2. Okay, so let's refresh, and now we have a chapter 2 down here. And let's go to the top, and let's make one that says chapter 1. So we're going to do H2 chapter 1. Okay, so we have chapter 1 and chapter 2. So now, let's say that we wanted to have a table of contents that had chapter 1, chapter 2, and if you click on it, it would hop us all the way down to chapter 2. Now, in order to do that, we want to do an internal link. So to do an internal link, we need to specify where chapter 2 is located. So let's find chapter 2, and we're going to use the anchor tag to specify where chapter 2 is. So right above chapter 2, I'm going to put an anchor tag, which is an A, and we're just going to put an ID here. So we say ID equals, and let's say chapter 2. Make sure there's no spaces or anything. And since we don't want this to be a clickable link, we're just going to make this a self-closing link here and save. Now, this is for HTML5. You use the ID. If you are for some reason coding HTML4, which you shouldn't, you would make this say name equals. Now that that's done, we want to test and see if, and you can see earlier, we want to test and see if this chapter 2 works. So in order to do that, if you type hash chapter 2, it'll jump us all the way down to where chapter 2 is. So now that that's done, we want to create a list of chapters for this site. So let's scroll all the way to the top, and let's go ahead and make an internal link. So to do the internal link, first I'm just going to add a break for a new line for my logo. And let's make the link. So we'll go A, and we're going to do href equals. And since we're going to do an internal link, we're going to take this, like, the hash, which is basically targeting the internal link, in chapter 2. We're going to use the same notation, so it'll be hash chapter 2, and then we're going to actually make something clickable. So we'll just put chapter 2, and we will use a closing tag. And now anything that's in between this tag, this content, will become clickable. Let's save and refresh. Oh, and now you see I have this chapter 2 here. That's why it's jumping down. Let's refresh. So now we have this chapter 2. So if we click this now, it will jump down to chapter 2. So now, let's say we wanted to do a list of these. The easiest way to do a list is going to be using what's called a unordered or ordered list. Right now, we're going to use an unordered list, which is UL for unordered list. And let's go ahead and close this unordered list. Now, I want to touch on nested tags. Now, the unordered list by itself does not show anything at all. And I need to make sure that I get off of that right there. The unordered list, you see there, it doesn't show you anything at all because there's nothing in it. Now, if you type just regular text in here, it's not going to do anything for you. You need to add list items to an unordered list. So a list item tag is li, and you'll put like some stuff in here. And when you add a list item, you'll get a bullet point with an unordered list. Now, this was an ordered list. This was an ordered list. An ordered list would number your list items. So we're going to set this for unordered list. And then what we want to do is we want to have a list of clickable links. So I'm just going to cut using Control X. And I'm going to paste Control V, our chapter 2. And refresh. And now we have our chapter 2 inside this unordered list. So now, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put in several chapters, copy and paste. And let's say that this is chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then let's change these to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have a list of chapters. The only one that actually works is chapter 2, but if you click, you'll notice that it will change our anchor target. So if we specified new anchors, like as we did down here with chapter 2, it would jump down the page. Okay. Now this tutorial is running a little long, but I want to cover how you get to an external link. So to get to an external link or make an external link, let's say we want to make a link to uh, let's say YouTube somewhere. So if we wanted to go to YouTube, you do the same, you make a link the same as these internal links, but you just specify a URL. So to do that, you just do href equals, and you have to do the full URL, http://youtube.com. And we're just going to go to the main YouTube page. If you had a full YouTube link, you can go directly to a video. But we're just going to do the YouTube page. And then we're going to say, hey, go to YouTube. And then close the tag, save. So now here, if we click, it's going to take us to YouTube. Now, if you notice, it took us out of our web page. So let's say you want to open that in a new tab. In order to do that, you come back to your link tag, and you're going to change the attribute. And you're going to not change attribute. You're going to add an attribute called target. So you're going to go target equals, and if you put underscore blank to make a new blank tab, then refresh and click, you'll notice it now makes a new tag. So let's say we pick this video, and let's say we want to have people look at the Agent 327 character study. Let's copy this link, paste that full link in there, target blank, and then let's say we want to put this text here. So we'll come here, and let's say, put that text there. We can close this window now and refresh. And so now we have the Agent 327 character study, and when you click, it opens a new tab and sends you right into there. Alright, well that's it. As you know, these tutorials are one-take tutorials, so I don't edit these. So I apologize for the mistakes. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. That's it.